Welcome everyone today to our event of recognizing and our grand opening of the Clackamas County Stabilization Center. I am Gary Schmidt, Clackamas County Administrator. I'm honored to be your MC today. Of course, we are so honored and grateful to have the Governor of Oregon, Governor Kotek, here with us today. Thank you, Governor, so much for being here. We have a few speakers, and then we'll have a ribbon cutting and get you out of the wet weather inside to take a tour of our facility. First, it takes many, many people to make something like this happen. And very quickly, they are the City of Milwaukee. Thank you. Yes. Clackamas County, the Sheriff's Office, and our Health, Housing, and Human Services Department. Thank you. The State of Oregon with Governor Kotek and Governor Brown-Pryor. Thank you so much. Our Metro Regional Government, thank you so much. The Stabilization Center started really as a brainstorm between our sheriff, Clackamas County Sheriff Angela Brandenburg, and our staff from Health, Housing, and Human Services in response to the community need for rapid behavioral health assessment and stabilization, with financial assistance from the State of Oregon in the form of $4 million for capital improvements and a conveyance of this land from the State Oregon Liquor Control Commission, thanks to Governor Brown and Governor Kotek, our many partners, supportive housing services money from Metro. Thank you, Councilor Christine Lewis, for that, and our counselors. We are here today. First, of course, I've recognized Governor Kotek for being here, and I understand the First Lady is also here. Amy Wilson, thank you for being here. Our Board of County Commissioners, Chair Craig Roberts, of course. Thank you. Round of applause, please. And in the front row, Commissioner Paul Savas, Commissioner Diana Helm, Commissioner Martha Schrader, Commissioner Ben West. From the City of Milwaukee, Mayor Lisa Beatty, Councilor Rebecca Stavengord, Councilor Robert Massey, Councilor Will Anderson, and City Manager Emma Sagor. Thank you for being here, Emma. Yes. Metro Councilor Christine Lewis. And I think I've covered you all. Did I miss any elected officials? Thank you. I'm sorry if I did. All right, let's get right into our speakers today. Welcome to introduce Chair Craig Roberts, who will say a few comments about our main speaker, and then he will speak as well. Please welcome Chair of the Board of County Commissioners, Craig Roberts.
Thanks, Gary. Wow, what a bunch of diehards. It is pouring. Martha, I think you got the best coat on to keep us all warm, to teach me to become a little more prepared. But good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being here today. This is an important milestone for our community. And together, we are stepping up to support those that struggle with behavioral health issues. It's an estimated that 1 in 4 adults struggle with mental health disorders in any given year. Now, when these individuals are in crisis and find themselves engaged with law enforcement or a mobile crisis response team, they may sometimes be taken to the jail and to our hospital. And honestly, neither of those places are really equipped to meet their needs. So this newly remodeled Stabilization Center is a major advancement in meeting the needs of a healthy community. The Stabilization Center, which I love, is going to be open 24/7 for anyone in our community experiencing a behavioral health crisis or a number of other mental health concerns. The idea is really simple: to create a safe and welcoming place where people can get short-term support, learn about coping skills, and connect with the right resources to help them get through the crisis, but not just through the crisis, help them on long-term recovery. So as many of you know, I was the former sheriff for Clackamas County, and I can tell you I know firsthand what happens when people are in a behavioral health crisis. Again, they can end up in our jail or in our hospitals, and it's really not the place where they can get the care that they need. And I thought what was always sad to me is, if they weren't a threat to themselves or others, law enforcement would basically have to just leave that person where they were at and oftentimes wait till the situation got worse. So too often people just don't have enough support to get back on their feet, and that's why this center is so important, because it connects people to the network of services that can help support them for long-term success. And I want to be clear that this center is for everyone, whether you're housed or not. For those experiencing homelessness, we also offer transitional housing. We help people through recovery and supportive services. And that's what our recovery-oriented system of care is all about, helping residents find their footing and move toward lasting stability. I want to take just a moment and thank the Sheriff's Office for being such a strong partner in the work of addiction and mental illness. They continue to be innovative leaders in successfully recovery programs, just like the CSAP program, which is right over in that building. They have medicated assisted treatment, mentor programs, clean and sober living, and help clients get good living wage jobs. I'll have to tell you, one of the things I enjoyed most as a former sheriff is I love to see families reunited after they had really given up hope that their loved one would get clean and sober. So this stabilization center is another piece of that continuum of care. So now about this building. It's been leased to the county for years through OLCC and was conveyed to the county back in 2024. The building needed some long overdue repairs and upgrades, and with $4 million of generous funding from the legislature, this project is a reality. This building and project would not be possible without the strong partnerships of Metro, our governor, and many others. I want to begin by thanking our legislators from this district, Senator Kathleen Taylor, Representative Mark Gamba, for sponsoring this project. Well, now it's my absolute privilege to introduce our distinguished guest, Governor Tina Kotek. I want to begin by expressing my sincere thanks for being here today. I know how busy you are, and being out here in the rain is a true Oregonian, and want to thank you for being here. I also want to just take a moment and thank the governor for her steadfast leadership and how I admire her temperament and goal-driven focus in some real difficult times. It's easy to just look ahead and forget about your accomplishments. And I just want to tell you, I was sheriff in 2020. We've come a long ways as a state, and I credit that to our governor. I want to thank Governor Kotek for prioritizing projects and programs on recovery, jail diversion, and getting the individuals the help they need. So please join me in welcoming Tina Kotek, our governor. Thanks.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Come on, good afternoon. We can deal with a little rain, right, folks? We got this. Really happy to be here. The First Lady and I are so excited to be here to celebrate with you today. And this is a good day to celebrate despite the rain, because this is a big day for Clackamas County. And it's a big day for our state because of what it says about who we are as Oregonians and what we are doing to make sure when people are in crisis, they can get the help they need when they need it. And that's what this County Stabilization Center is all about. And everybody who's here today, whether you're an elected leader, a healthcare provider, a community leader, someone who works with lived experience in this world, thank you for everything that you have done and been committed to this center. And it's really great that the state could step up with the land, with $4 million to bring us to this opening today, which is really amazing. So thank you, everyone, for all your hard work. You know, for too long, we all know that Oregon has struggled with a fragmented mental health and addiction care system where too many people fall through the cracks. We see the consequences in our emergency rooms, in our jails, and in those heartbreaking stories of families who are trying really hard to get their loved ones the care that they need. And as the chair has said, we know that a jail bed or an emergency room isn't the ideal destination for individuals experiencing a mental health crisis. The Clackamas County Stabilization Center is a critical, important new resource that will change these pathways by instead offering a space for healing and for hope that is here 24/7. A place where people in crisis will be met with the dedicated, appropriate support that they need. We're here to celebrate meaningful access to services that have been out of reach for too long. But I also want to say there is still a long way to go. We have to keep pushing to get Oregonians the treatment they need and deserve. I have made it a priority for my administration since day one to focus on capacity, to focus on making sure people can get the care that they need, when they need it, and how they need it. This building is what we need across our state. More centers like this, more appropriate settings when people are in crisis so they can get the care they need, those referrals, that transition, and just a safe place to be for 23 hours. That's what this center is going to do for this community. And it also means continuing on the fight that we have to make sure the indispensable workers who will do the work in centers like this have the support they need and are supported in their profession. And that's what we're doing with our work on the Behavioral Health Town Council. I will not stop fighting for a vision where Oregon and Oregonians have what they need when they are in crisis, because effective and accessible mental health care should be the norm, not the exception. Do we agree on that, everyone? We also know that centers like this don't happen by accident. Everybody has worked hard. This takes collaboration, it takes persistence. And again, I want a special shout out to our Clackamas County Commissioners who are here in the front row and all our local leaders from Milwaukee and Metro. You've had a vision, you are seeing it through, and I want to continue to be a partner with you. So thank you for your leadership. It's so important. And I always want to thank the advocates and community partners, because the folks who are in the field that help educate us elected leaders about what is needed, you're all doing that hard work. We're here today because you have said we need this. So thank you for your persistence. The work that is going to happen here, the work that you have done to get us to this point is going to change lives. And as your governor, I want to say thank you. Thank you for everything you're doing. And let's make sure that this center is exactly what has been planned to be, a lifeline and a changing and a transformative place for people to get the help they need. So thank you very much for being here, and so appreciate this. I can't wait to go inside and take a look. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Governor, for being here today. The City of Milwaukee is also a very, very important partner with this project. We're in the Milwaukee city limits, and they've been fantastic in supporting us moving forward. To say a few words on behalf of the city, please welcome Milwaukee City Councilor Rebecca Stavanger.
Thank you. So my name is Rebecca. I'm part of the Milwaukee City Council, and this has been a long time coming. I'm hopeful for the opening of the Stabilization Center in our community today, but I'm also here to talk about the impact of trauma in our communities and the importance of community to intervene when that trauma happens. So as many of you know from your various perspectives across the audience today, trauma impacts us in a lot of different ways. For families and individuals, it's disorienting, it's scary, it's anxiety-inducing. As systems and service providers and even local government, it can feel equally lonely, it could feel hopeless. We're in a position to help, and yet we're confronting systems that are fragmented and policy areas that need to be tied together, systems of care that need to be netted together with investments like we're seeing for the Stabilization Center today. And the magnitude of this issue in our community is not a single case. We're seeing this across the country as this issue gets harder and harder every day. For our businesses, much like families and service providers, we have a unique vantage point into the occurrence of acute trauma when it happens in the middle of the night, when we know that calling for help might mean that responders may or may not be trained in trauma-informed care. They may or may not come with embedded supports like within the city of Milwaukee, where we've invested in behavioral health response. We may or may not see the de-escalation that we need to see in that moment. And we ultimately hope that that individual receives the care that they need. And I feel very hopeful today that because of this location and because of the investments that have been made across our region and our state, we will be able to see individuals connected with that resource. And on days like today, when the rain is coming down and everyone's cold, it's actually a reminder that our neighbors living outside are also getting colder, that they are also wet. They are also going through a lot of feelings on a day like today. So that's why it's more and more important that every single day we continue to get up and continue to do our work and continue to support efforts like this, that open centers like this, that connect services in the communities that need them, and that Clackamas County and Milwaukee join with other jurisdictions that are setting the bar for a way that community can intervene when trauma happens and prevent it before it gets worse. I have a bunch of thanks, largely to the people who have been fighting every day to make this happen. And that starts with every single outreach worker, every single community organization, every single person and first responder who has been affected by trauma, who makes it possible for things like this to exist. Every single elected official that realizes that there is an opportunity to tie together our dysfunctional systems, come up with funding that can actually create hope, and leads with the bravery that is necessary to put all those things together to make something like this a reality in our community. And this is not just Milwaukee. This is open to all residents of Clackamas County. And so for that, I thank our Milwaukee City Council, our Milwaukee Police Department, all of the individuals that work within our city that really get it. And I'm so grateful to be a part of a team like Team Milwaukee. Thank you all for everything that you've done, and thank you for making today a reality.
Thank you so much, Counselor. The state's an important partner, as we've already heard from the governor, and so has been the Oregon Health Authority. Next to speak is the Deputy Director of Behavioral Health for the Oregon Health Authority. Please welcome Dr. Krista Jones.
I dodged it. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here and for welcoming me here. I am so very excited to be here. I even wore my bright colors to show off the joy that I feel for this amazing accomplishment and for the potential that this facility has for individuals who need this level of support. I want to thank Governor Kotek, first and foremost, and the Oregon legislator that provided the capital improvement funding in 2024, which enabled the center's reimagining and also the remodel. The ongoing dedication of Governor Kotek and the Oregon legislator to improve our behavioral health system will help us reach a day when everyone in Oregon can easily get the resources and services that they need. Centers like this are a key and integral part of that vision. An individual experiencing crisis may be in one of the most challenging and vulnerable and fragile moments of their lives. They may feel lost and hopeless and scared and alone. Often loved ones, friends, family, and community members want to help, but they may not be equipped with the resources or the information that they need in order to help somebody into treatment or help them get well or access care. And when someone is experiencing a behavioral crisis, especially when it's compounded by trauma of houselessness and other risk factors, the last place that we want them as a society, as people that care about our community, is for these individuals to end up in an emergency department or even jail. But thanks to centers like this, as well as the Clackamas County's mobile crisis intervention teams and also our statewide work to build awareness for 988, we will meet our vision of providing everyone in Oregon in need of behavioral health support and care with a safe place to go. And what I mean by a safe place to go is a place that offers compassionate care and connection to ongoing resources which this center will provide. We know that more centers are needed. We also know that longer-term investments such as residential facilities are also needed. But in the meantime, Clackamas Stabilization Center will make a critical impact and help disrupt that process of people ending up in houselessness or ending up in jail or other places where this is the better pathway for them. We share Clackamas County's goal of enhancing the depth and also the resilience of the crisis system in this community and across Oregon. And these partnerships really matter to us because we know that the local community knows best how to meet local needs. We know that by having a place where law enforcement can drop individuals off, that this opens up and frees up resources for them and also for the mobile crisis teams. And that allows them to, instead of waiting in emergency rooms or in jails, it allows them to go back out into the community and help and support more individuals. By providing trauma-informed care to individuals in crisis, Clackamas County will help more people stay in their community. It'll enhance care coordination, and ultimately and inevitably, it'll save lives. Efforts like this are already transforming our system. We want it to be more accessible, more compassionate, and better able to meet the needs of every person in Oregon. I want to thank Clackamas County for your dedication in providing these services, and again to Governor Kotek and the Oregon Legislature to continue to invest in behavioral health. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jones. All right, we're almost finished here. Thank you for being patient with this weather. Thank you to all of our speakers. Thank you to all of our partners. I want to thank the county staff who have been a part of this project, both current and former. Absolutely. I'm going to forget someone, but I'm going to say it. From Health, Housing, Human Services, Rod Cook, Adam Brown, Mary Rumbaugh, Shannon Callahan, Vahid Brown. From the Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Brandenburg could not be here today, but Under Sheriffs Ashby and O'Neill are here. Former Under Sheriff Morrison, Public and Government Affairs, Trent Wilson, Tony Holowetsky, County Council staff, County Administration staff, a lot of staff. Thank you all, county staff, for your incredible, incredible work. Now, there's refreshments and tours inside a dry building, which will start in just a moment, but the last part of this event is our ribbon cutting. We're going to do it under the tent. We're going to do a quick transition. All elected officials, please come forward, as well as our contractor and architect. Please come forward. The head table here at the dais, please come forward, and we'll have a ribbon cutting. All right, guys, everybody